Well, it definitely says we're live. Live. A happy, a super duper, or super duper, whatever the case may be. Happy. It's Thursday. Thursday evening. Hope all is well. Swell. And totally hip. Totally hip. Hip and groovy in your neck of the woods. Just relaxing here in the OVW bus. Where else would I be relaxing at? I have nowhere else to relax at. Nowhere else to relax. And it's Eagle Eye. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, my most excellent friend. Hope you're doing swell, well, and groovy tonight. You like that Georgia peach? You like that Georgia peach candle? You're really doing well. That's good. I'm doing swell, well, and groovy. I'm doing swell, well, and groovy. I'm just hanging out. Been a long, strange trip. Always been a long, strange trip. I'm a little tired, but being tired is a little overrated, ain't it? Well, well, well. Megan, glad you could join us in the old VW bus this evening. Ball is well, swell, and totally hip and groovy. In your neck of the woods. I'm just hanging out. Got a little ambiance. I got a Georgia peach candle. I got my Buddha. I got my VW bus. Thank you for hanging out. I am very grateful for your presence in the VW bus. So, yes, tonight's topic is being tired is overrated. It is. I really do believe that being tired is really overrated. I think um, what we eat, I think what we watch, it's not right. It is overrated, Megan. It is completely overrated. Being tired. You know why? Because we are blessed with little snippets and moments of the day. And we got to be grateful for those moments. So there's no sleep until Brooklyn, right? So Megan doesn't think being tired is overrated. Maybe it's not, you know? Maybe it's not. But I thought it would be a great topic to put down on my and you know this, man. I know you like sleep. I know you like sleep. Sleep is a very groovy thing. I like sleep too. You know, it seems like here lately I've been falling asleep around 8:30 ish for some weird reason. Book of Festies. Book of Festies. Good evening. Good evening. It's been a cool minute since you come bebopping in, but it's good to see you. Good to see you. Hope all is well, swell, and totally hip and groovy. We're hanging out this evening with Eagle Eye and the world famous Megan. It's the world famous Megan. But we know Megan likes sleep. But sleep is good. But I do think it's overrated. being tired, because it's like everything's pushed at us about sleep, Tempur-Pedic sleep pillows and sleep this, when in reality, we only need defect. What? You don't have no defect. We all like sleep. There's no defect. Secrets. Secrets. There's no secrets. I'm lost for words now. Okay. We'll just call it even on the sleep thing. Oh, you are famous. You are. Okay, I'll keep it a secret. Okay. I won't. I'll just keep it on the down low. But we know you're famous. It's like kind of like famous Amos, but it's famous Megan. But I'll keep it on the down low. What's said in the bus stays in the bus, right? Well, yeah, it's out there on YouTube, but it is YouTube from the VW bus. It's like what happens in the bus stays in the bus. That's totally far out. Oh man, sometimes Eagle Eye, I feel like I get too much sleep, even though I'm falling asleep at normal time, 9 o'clock ish, 9:30 ish. I wake up around 5. I do sometimes feel like I get too much sleep, and maybe that's the truth. Maybe that is actually the truth because we talk about it once in a while, on my videos, but the VW bus is a time machine. It secretly is a time machine, but you can't tell nobody because what we talk about in the bus stays in the bus, right? So sometimes when you're sleeping in the VW bus, you might feel like you're sleeping for like 2 hours. In reality, it's like 8 hours, and sometimes it's vice versa. Sometimes you fall asleep for 8 hours and only feel like 2 hours. But I don't know. Time flows different in the old VW bus. It does. That reminds me of a nice saying. I don't know, Megan, if you've ever seen the movie Young Guns. Young Guns came out in the late '80s, early '90s. It starred like Emilio Estevez, Charlie Sheen, just a whole plethora of um, gaggle of actors and actresses. But it's about Billy the Kid, and Emilio Estevez plays Billy the Kid, and one of his famous lines is, "I'll make you famous." That's what he would say to. In reality, Billy the Kid never really said it, but of course, it's Hollywood. Hollywood's got to make it really swell well and groovy. But yeah, there's a famous line he say, "I'll make you famous." Yep. And they made a sequel, Young Guns 1 and 2. Like maybe that came from Young Guns 2. Maybe that line. I think that was Young Guns 2 from that line. "I'll make you famous." So I guess Megan's claim to fame is I made her famous just by talking about her and putting her on YouTube. Even though she took the controls of my YouTube channel one night after a safety meeting, she completely took controls of it and like had carte blanche, complete carte blanche. But that's groovy. It's nice to have folks like who intermingle with me in reality and hang out here in the old VW bus vicariously through YouTube. You know, for you fine folks who have yet to hang out in the old VW bus, I assure you, time does flow differently inside here. It's its own little world. It's its own little world. Tomorrow, just a day away. What's going on tomorrow, Megan? Well, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's payday. Payday and Friday always is a swell, well, and totally hip and groovy day. It is. That's tomorrow. Payday. That's all I know what's going on tomorrow is payday and Friday. You know? So this VW bus needs to hurry up and get to payday. Well, I don't. That's not the worry. Paydays. Oh, after work. After work. Usually, when after work, you're tired. You're ready to call it quits. That's usually what happens after work. I think that's what I'm gonna do after work. Like I don't know, like that's what happens after work, right? Or are you talking about what's going on after work tomorrow? I don't know. I'm lost. Or are you talking about this gathering of folks after work tomorrow? I think we talked about this gathering of folks on an earlier live stream in the middle of the week, maybe the first part of the week. I was talking about this Friday, what's going on tomorrow evening. Duh. Yeah, I do believe I did mention on an earlier live stream. I think it was probably whatever, just whatever, or 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 I might have to go on a secret mission, because I do live and drive in a VW time machine. Nez, good evening. Hope all is well, swell, and totally hip and groovy in your neck of the woods. We're just sitting there yip yapping, hanging out. I got Eagle Eye, I got Boca Festus, I got the world famous Megan here, hanging out. Just me. I'm just hanging out doing some bowling. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Nez. Oh, by the way, Nez, that link that you sent me, I can't see it on my video. Like I can't see your comment. Your comment is on the Studio Creator app that I have for my YouTube app, but I can't see it on my video because I definitely want to see what you sent me because you said I need to name it. I guess you've done a painting for me and I need to name it. I don't know, but I don't see your comment on my comments, which is crazy. It's like weird. But your comment comes up on the Creator Studio app. Yeah, I figured it was a painting for me. Oh, Megan, what? Megan has cheered for some drinks going on. Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on tomorrow evening? Shooting pool and some drinking? Maybe, maybe we should get everybody together and um like go to like a really cool place, that has like circus animals and stuff and also has pool, like that. Oh, I don't pay attention either, Megan. Like seriously. Like you should know me. I'm like not even paying attention to anything at work. Somebody can walk up to me and start yelling at me, "Hey, butthead," and I won't be paying attention. Like seriously. I'm in my own little world at work. My own little world. Challenge accepted. Now, what was the challenge? What challenge was this? Man, am I talking out of my butt again? Am I talking out of my rear? What challenge? Here, I gotta go back on these comments. Oh, yelling at work. Yeah, yeah. Like usually when somebody has to get my attention, that somebody's either yelling my full name, which I'm not going to mention here on the old YouTube, my full name, or yelling Bradley, Bradley. It's like what? Me? Oh no, no. Megan's not a yeller. She's quiet. She's quiet at work. Like you won't hear a peep out of Megan. It's so quiet there. That's because Megan's concentrating on her job. She does. She's like the top notch at her job. Like nobody can fill her shoes. You know, like that company. I don't know what that company was doing before Megan. I seriously don't. Like it was pretty crazy. Like it was. It was just like it was. It was like it was a crapshoot's what it was before Megan came along. That's literally what it was working at that job. It was called a crapshoot. It was not a job. It was just called a crapshoot. And then Megan comes along and she like snaps the whip and puts everybody in their place and she's quiet. She don't have to say a word about it. Just that's how she rolls. That's her that's her 411. Oh no no, she don't talk mad crap. Trust me, she don't talk mad crap at work. She's uh she's quiet. She's quieter than a mouse. Like seriously, it's like, but you've done messed up if she just has to give you that look, just like oh, you know who's in charge. Large, large and in charge. Oh, I know. Peter Tork passed away. I know. As soon as I read it, I went back into the warehouse. And as I was like, Peter Tork died. As soon as I seen my supervisor, because he's a musician. My supervisor Dwight, and I was like, did you hear about Peter Tork? Yeah, he heard about Peter Tork. Like I remember seeing Peter Tork and the Monkees in Ojai, California, when I was like 9 years old, performing at the Libby Bowl in Ojai, California. Like I can remember the Monkees. The Monkees, hey, hey, we're the Monkees. I know, ain't that sad? But he's hanging out with Davy Jones, man. You know, they are a daydream believer, right? Who didn't like watching the TV series The Monkees? Like, yeah, yeah. Those were some good shows. I got to keep an eye on the time. I got to keep an eye on the time because usually around the 30-minute mark, we have Brother Mark coming on the old YouTube. Mark over there painting his fart. Speaking of fart, we got some fart right here. This artwork right here, done by Brother Mark. It's the Big Brodowski, man. Stoner, good evening. Good evening. Hope all is well, swell, and totally hip and groovy in your neck of the woods. Just hanging out with some good friends. This evening we're graced by the world famous Megan. The world famous Megan's hanging out in the old VW bus. And don't let her fool you. She is quiet at work, but she 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 runs a tight ship. She runs a tight ship. Rolling beds. I have a rolling bed. My bed rolls like down the road, and it don't hurt. Seriously, like it don't hurt at all. My bed rolls down the road. It rolls, like what? Oh yeah, you were late on those rollers. Oh, I could have told you that. That straight up messes up your chakras. But I'm not gonna be. I can't. We know the routine at work, Megan. I can't be like yo. Your chakras are gonna jack you up. You're gonna be sleeping like you've been sleeping on rocks all night. You know what chakras are? Shock me, shock me, shock me, chakras. Chakras are your energy that flows through your body. That line, your nice align. They bring the energy. Your chakras, man. They're all out of whack. Laying on those rollers. The only thing I want to do with those rollers is I want to surf those rollers. Those look like so much fun to surf. Maybe on a Saturday I might do that. I don't know, man. Just catching up on the comments. So yes, folks, I will be doing these live streams every evening until I re-up my mobile hotspot or get a new phone service. The world famous Megan's been talking to me about getting some new phone service through like Family Mobile, I think it was Family Mobile. If I correct me if I'm wrong, Amundo there, Megan. But until I do something different, either re-up my service or get a new service. Um, yeah, I have no mobile hotspot capability, so that means every night you guys are gonna get a nice live stream of me yip yapping for around 30 minutes, maybe less, or maybe it's gonna get me driving, or maybe you have me playing disc golf tomorrow, or maybe you have me at the safety meeting. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't. But I know this. I do know this. We'll sip on some coffee in the morning from the VW bus. 6 a.m. in my neck of the woods, 7 a.m. on the East Coast, and 4 a.m. on the West Coast, and everything else in between. Guaranteed. It's just a little thing I do every morning. We'll sip on some coffee from this VW bus. Thanks for hanging out, my wonderful, groovy, groovy, groovy friends. Excellent friends. My sweet lady, my sweetest lady hanging out this evening. I appreciate it. I do. I really do. Thank you, Megan, for hanging out. Until tomorrow, we'll sip on coffee. Be kind to one another. Love one another. Even the most jankiest, craziest moments, the jacked up moments when you're pissed off, angry, happy, sad, be kind to them as much as you can. Just be kind about it. And just love your friends, love your loved ones, love the ones closest as you can be. Because we don't know. And you have to be grateful for the little snippets of our lives, even the jacked up moments, man. Because, holy cow, that's the only thing that makes us who we are, is these little moments and how we deal with them. Peace, love,